It's time to see what you're about, Willie Taggart. How's everybody doing?
Good. Good. You?
Awesome.
Questions? Right here, Kristen, on the right.
Does it feel like game week? I mean, has it kind of set in that this is, I know you've had an extended game week, but this is your first game week at Oregon?
It does. It feels like because of the meeting, it feels like it just the energy from the guys. You can see it in them the way they practiced yesterday that they were, just excited. It's game week now. We get a chance to go out and play against someone else. So, all those things that happen every single year, it started to happen. Got media day. I get to talk to you all and get to go speak at the Oregon Club today. Be pretty cool. So all those things that usually happen during this time of season are starting to happen. So, it's go time.
Preston, on the right.
So you have 3 true freshmen on your depth chart. What do they do in spring and fall to earn those spots? And also, is there an update on Scott Pagano?
You went straight to the depth chart, huh? Yeah, those guys, they just played consistently, and they made plays consistently. They've shown us that they can play at this level and shown us that they can help our defense. So I think that's probably the most important thing is that they consistent play and being able to play at this level. They've shown that they can do that. So now can you go do it in front of a lot of people? And we hope and think they can. Scotty Pagano, he's getting better. He's healing and he's out of the boot now and walking, so he's getting better every day.
With regards to the freshmen, Jordan and Thomas obviously made big strides in spring, but Johnny Johnson came on pretty well late. What did he do during preseason camp to
he started catching footballs. Early on in preseason camp, he was dropping a lot of those passes, and but these last 2 weeks, he's been on fire. I mean, he's just been different. It's like, okay, I know the plays now I can just go play football, and he's been playing like a veteran and making some big-time catches for us and doing a great job of blocking. And he's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and hopefully that continues.
We're on the right, Ryan.
Willie, I'm going to sneak 2 quick ones in. First, does the air quality affect your preparation at all? Will you be able to practice normal? And also, just your general impression of Southern Utah and what they'll bring to the table?
Yeah, we're going to practice. Nothing has changed from what we've been doing, and Southern Utah is a feisty group on a team that plays hard. They got some guys that can play on both sides of the ball, and you watch film on them last year when they played programs that's bigger than their team. They really came out and played hard and showed that they can play with those guys with Utah and BYU last year. Like I said, a feisty group. They played hard, played with a lot of energy. We really like that as a coach, seeing the effort that they give, and they play physical. So it's going to be fun.
Back to Andrew.
Your first game at Western Kentucky was against 8th-ranked Nebraska. You've been on the other side of this kind of game. What was it like to be on that other side when you're everyone expects you to come in and lay down? And does that make you warier of kind of the team that's coming in here expecting that they're going to have a chip on their shoulder?
I know they have a chip on their shoulder and have something to prove. And again, that's how we were when we were at WKU. We felt like we had something to prove and wanted to do that. And we also know we didn't have enough ammo there as well. But we had a chip on our shoulder and wanted something to prove because no one gave us a chance.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about, I think I asked you this last week, but just address your backup quarterback situation and talk about the 2 guys who competed and maybe a guy who would probably see action if needed on Saturday. How do you feel about that position?
Both of those guys, Taylor and Braxton, both have made tremendous improvement since spring ball. If you think about it, neither of those guys got a lot of reps because of the way the quarterback situation was then. So going through training camp, those guys being able to get a lot more reps, and you see them getting better every single day. I've been really impressed with both of them this last week. Just understanding of the offense, but more importantly, the execution of the play. So again, not necessarily sure who will be the guy. I feel like they're that close, and look and hope for them guys to go out and have a great week of practice, a great week of meetings, execution.
How healthy are you coming out of camp? Guys like Tyree, Brady Breeze, Taj were prominent players the last few years, and they're not on the too deep. Is that a sign of injury, or are they behind a little bit in the depth?
Jeez. No, those guys are healing. You know, they're not completely healed yet, but hopefully they'll be back here soon and they're ready to go.
Do
you have any routines or traditions you've developed throughout your career for just how you approach first day of game? Granted, you guys practiced yesterday, but what's kind of the start of a game week like for you?
It depends. You mean first week or just any week? First week, spend time with the fam on Sunday for a little bit. Come into work and watch some more film. You meet with our coaches, meet with our players, kind of set the stage of the week, and let them know what's going on that week and how we want to approach it, and get ready to have a great week of practice. Try to go over everything that could happen in this game. Try to do that with our guys, and a lot of reminders, and not just with our players, but with our coaches as well. So you try to make sure you covered everything you can, And even when you do that, something comes up. You're like, geez, where did that come from? So that's about it.
Willie, do you think you'll learn quite a bit about your team that you don't know, or do you feel like you kind of know what this team's gonna be like?
Absolutely, we will. I think we'll learn a lot about our football team. I'm like you all. I'm ready to see this team as well. They've practiced, they've done the things that we asked them to do. Now it's time to go out and do it. And in front of everybody. And so I'm excited to watch our guys play. Again, you learn so much about your football team in that first ball game, and again, I think every part of our program that we tried to address and change a culture to get into where we want, our guys have done that. And it's just another part of that process now of season, and now is we get to see what these guys and how they respond to games, so really looking forward to it.
Two questions on the same topic. With team captains, what do you think it was about Royce and Henry that their teammates voted them the captains this year? And then the second part is, what does a team captain really do for you? Like, is it kind of a figurehead role, or do they have actual responsibilities you'd like to see from them?
First of all, they're big time roles for this football team. I mean, when you get voted on by your peers, I don't think there's any other award out there they can get is better than being voted a captain of your football team. So it's a big time award for those guys, and I want them to. We meet every week. The team pick those guys to be the captains and to be the face of this team. And I think both of those guys, one, they've played here at this university and done some good things for us. They've shown that they can be a good football player for us. They both are good people, and they both do the things that we asked them to do, and I think their teammates appreciate it and saw that in them. The good thing about that, when the team picks, they know the guys better than all of us, so they know who's the right guys and who they want to lead this team, and I would say they picked two good guys.
Yeah, Coach. I wonder if you could take us behind the scenes a little bit with your coaching style. X's and O's, game planning is one thing, getting your team prepared that way. But how are you going to be emotionally with these guys, whether it's a lot of positive reinforcement or a little bit of negative yelling? How excitable are you on game day getting your team ready to go? Are you an intense individual like that, or just more of a even-keeled?
I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys judge that on Saturday. I'm gonna just go out and be me. You all will judge that one. I'm a football coach. There'll be some emotion, and there'll be some hugs. There'll be some not nice faces. But yeah, I'm gonna ask you that question on next Monday. You tell me, how am I?
On the right, Steve.
Coach, when you first got here, I asked your assessment of the team, and you characterized them as a team that you thought was mentally and physically weak. Now you're done with fall camp. How do you assess them now?
I think our football team is physically they're stronger. I think the mental part of it, I won't be able to judge that until we get in these games and we get into tough games. I think that's going to be the time where you can judge how our team is mentally. When things get tough, how we respond. And you won't know that until we get in this game. I know the things that's been tough in the all season. Our guys will respond the way that we want them to, and we just got to continue to be that way throughout the season, because there's going to be some tough times. There's going to be some tough moments, and a lot of times they come up in that first game. And I'm excited to see how our guys going to respond to adversity. You're going to look it in his face, look him in his eyes, and say, "Bring it on, baby." That's what we want.
Right, left, Tyson.
Do you get nerves on game day? Nervous?
Yeah, probably a little too much. I get fired up too. Get a chance to go out and compete. I think every competitive player out there get nervous at some point. But you also be excited to go out and compete, and it's game time. All the work is put in, and now it's time to go let loose.
What's behind kind of the nerves?
You just want to do right. You want to go out. You want to win. You want your guys to execute. I think those nerves are a little different from a coach and a player. When the player, those nerves, you control them a little bit. As a coach, you count on these young men to go out and execute and play well. So you want that for them, but again, you prepare right. Those nerves don't last long. It's go time. By the time you get to the tunnel and ready to go, all those nerves are gone. And again, I'm excited to hear that motorcycle, and ready to run out behind it.
Andrew?
What's your impressions of Malik Young so far, and from what you've seen from him so far, is there a likelihood that he could take part week 1, week 2?
Malik, Malik got to get in football shape. Malik is a strong kid, really strong kid, but he's got to get in football shape. So he's got to get in football shape, got to learn the defense, and once he does those things, we'll put him out there and see if he can help our football team. And he's working on those things now. So I can't tell you exactly when he'll be out there, but I guess I can tell you whenever Malik wants to be out there. So he get himself in shape and learn the defense and compete and execute and show that he can do it, then we'll put him out there.
Back middle, Rick.
Just curious, are you a superstitious individual at all? Do you have any, lucky socks or those kinds of things that you bring to a game each week, or no superstitions at all?
No superstitions. You just gotta go play football, go out there and coach and play ball. I don't do myself like that. That's unnecessary drag. I just go play ball. Go get up, brush your teeth, go to meetings, go your play sheet, get ready for game day. Let's go. I'm a simple guy, so I don't have any superstitions.
I'm sure you were busy preparing for this week's games, but was there any temptation to watch some college football Saturday with your old South Florida team, some Pac-12 teams playing this week?
Yeah, I got a chance to see a little bit of all of them. Not as much of the Oregon State game because we had fan day here, and some other things going on, meetings. So didn't get to see much of that one, but got to see USL play and some Stanford's game.
Ryan, front right.
What was your Autzen experience like when you were at Stanford, and how much forward are you looking to?
You know, so we lost. It was loud. It was wet, and we were getting disappointed leaving there. I think we lost in the last 2 minutes of that game. You know, but it was loud. It was impressive from that standpoint, and again, looking forward to being on that good side.
I was going to say, as you kind of establish what you want to do here, how important is it to recapture that home field advantage this year?
Oh, I think it's very important. That's got to be a weapon for us. You know, it's got to be like a snake pit when you come into Austin. You know, our fans are loud. They make a difference. You know, they give the opponent something else they have to work on to try to overcome, and but also it motivates your team. You know, get your team fired up, and just seeing how passionate your fans are and excited they are when you make plays, when they want a play to be made, and I think it makes a huge difference.
On the right, Preston.
Willie, you've used the phrase in the preseason, the spotlight changes people. How do you think that's going to play out on Saturday?
It does strange things to some people. You know, some people show up and show out. Some people hide. That's just kind of the way it goes sometimes, you know. And hopefully we have a team full of guys that show up and show out. And how I think it'll go on Saturday is however our guys want it to go. You know, they prepared. They worked hard. Now it's go out and play the way that we want to play and the kind of brand of ball we want to play and do it at a high level. So I'm excited to see. Again, I'm like you all. I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do.
Matt, front middle.
Much was made about Jordan Scott when he got here in spring from players and coaches alike. Now Austin has found his way on the 2 deep. Was he a guy that maybe is ahead of schedule? Or I know you said all these freshmen are pretty talented, but did you think he'd this quickly work his way into being able to help you this quickly?
Talking about Austin?
Yeah.
We knew he was going to be a good football player for us. We always felt that way. And I think he impressed us even more throughout training camp, just being physical and then making the plays that he's made throughout training camp. Again, first and second string offense, you know, so that's been impressive to us, again, being a true freshman and coming in to do some of those things that get you fired up, and knowing that you're going to have them for a few more years around here. Be cool.
Kristen, all right.
You talk about brushing your teeth and getting ready for game day. Are you drinking any juice on game day, or?
Well, we brush our teeth and drinking any juice on game day. You gotta have that juice every day. You know, it can't be artificial. It's got to be the real deal. You know, but everybody better have that juice on game day. You know, we're gonna be locked in to what we got to get done, but you gotta have some energy. You know, and that comes if you're not juiced up, you got an issue. You're in the wrong spot. You know, you definitely will not walk into Oxford Stadium if you don't have any energy. How about you all? You all have some juice on game day? I know the first game for sure. You've been waiting on this, huh? Some good storylines.
Sean Kilpatrick is from kind of south of Houston. I wasn't sure over the weekend whether you had any conversation with him about making sure his family relatives, any of that's okay.
Yeah, I have, and they're doing well. Actually, his parents were up here during that time. So, but he said everything is good with his family.
Good. Thank you, Coach.
All right, here we go.